Once the water-only rod gives you a starting point for total foaming volume, the next issue shows up very quickly. The foam may rise, and the target density may be reachable, but the property direction may still be wrong. At that stage, the formula can no longer stay at the level of simply asking how much water to use. The more important question becomes this: how should the foaming test actually be divided? A common approach is to keep total foaming volume in roughly the same range, reduce part of the water, and then use a physical blowing agent to make up the remaining volume. In some flexible PU foam systems, MC, or methylene chloride, can be used as an auxiliary physical blowing agent. What it provides is volume from evaporation, not gas generated through chemical reaction the way water does. This is where many people fall into a misunderstanding. If you use a little less water and a little more MC, and the final volume looks similar, is that not just a substitution? At the volume level, that idea may sound intuitive. But inside the formula system, it does not really hold. Water and MC do not affect the system in the same way at all. Water takes part in chemical reaction. When it reacts with isocyanate, it does not only generate carbon dioxide. It also changes the structure of the system and adds chemical exotherm. So when water changes, it does not only make the foam expand more or less. It also changes exotherm level, hard sediment content, and the later property direction. MC is different. It mainly provides volume through evaporation and does not participate in the main polyurethane reaction. So it affects system structure and exotherm in a different way from water. That is why reducing water and adding MC is not a simple volume substitution. It is actually a reallocation of how the whole system carries the foaming test. That is where the real importance of foaming rod comes in. Foaming rod is not just about what makes the foam rise. It is about which part of the volume is created by chemical blowing and which part is created by physical blowing. Once that division changes, system structure, exotherm, and property direction all change with it. So when total foaming volume stays in a similar range, reducing water and increasing MC often brings several visible changes. Chemical exotherm usually goes down. Urea-related structure usually decreases. The support field of the foam and its overall hand feel often shift as well. Cell structure may also change. In some systems, this may even help reduce excessive core temperature buildup. But one point must be kept clear here. These are directional judgments, not fixed rules that happen to the same extent in every system. Polyol type, catalyst package, foam block size, and ambient temperature will all affect the result. If you push this logic toward lower density systems, it becomes even more obvious. In some ultra-low density packaging foam systems, the required foaming volume is much larger, so chemical blowing and physical blowing often need to be combined to carry the foaming test together. This is not the same production scenario as a conventional continuous slab stock line, but the underlying logic is similar. The lower the density goes, the more the formula usually depends on foaming rod design. And once the foaming rod changes, one more parameter can no longer be carried over unchanged: isocyanate level. When water changes, the amount of reactive hydrogen in the system changes with it, so the theoretical NCO demand also changes. Many formulas may look as if they only reduced a little water and added a little MC. But if the isocyanate level is not recalculated at the same time, then in reality, you are still applying the old stoichiometric balance to a system that has already changed. If you want a clearer framework for what really affects flexible PU foam formulation results, comment variables below. We'll share the document, 12 key variables that affect flexible PU foam formulation results. You can also download it directly from the link in the video description.